Hey loves, welcome into today's deep stretch and compassion movement session. Go ahead and get your playlist together, and I'm going to actually be having a pillow so you can get some props if you need them. You can use a pillow, you can grab your knee pads, whatever you need to make this more comfortable for you, and we'll go ahead and settle in and get started. We'll be starting today's movement session out in a child's pose or modified child's pose. So I will be grabbing my knee pads. I'm not going to put them all the way on. I'm just going to place them underneath my knees to provide some padding or cushion. You can also do that with a folded up blanket or a pillow. Also, I just wanted to share with you guys that when you are in these positions, you can always use props to modify. So say your hips don't reach all the way down to the bottom of your feet, you can always put a pillow or a folded up blanket or something to pad the area and the space, and then use another one for your chest. In this case, for today, I am going to be using my pillow in the center as something to rest on so that I can really melt into the stretch, opening up my hips. And if you don't want to use a pillow, you don't have to. You're welcome to just come all the way down. So you want to open the knees nice and wide and just bring the body down in there, whatever's more comfortable for you. But in this case, like I said, I'm going to be using a pillow today. So you're welcome to utilize props or not. And we're going to start this modified child's pose here. So big toes are together, knees are wide apart, chest is melted either onto your pillow or onto the mat. And you can tilt your head from one side to the other if you're laying on a pillow, forehead to the mat if you're not. And we'll just begin to deepen the breath here, starting to slow down the breath, really coming into the body, dropping out of the head, really coming into this place of awareness. And there will be minimal cues today. I'm going to try to take this one really slow, allowing you just time and space to have the music and the movement. We'll be using our fingertips as a way to touch and guide. So at any time throughout this movement, please feel free to bring fingertips to the body and provide that gentle, compassionate, and loving touch today. I hope you enjoyed today's movement session, and I will see you at the end. And so we'll very slowly and just nice and gently trace the fingertips down, enjoying the journey as you travel from one position to the other. So I want you to really move slowly through your transitions today. We're going to press up into the palms once the palm gets underneath the shoulder, nice and slow, pressing up. And you can go ahead and move your props if you had anything to pad the area. And we're going to go ahead and come onto all fours. And so once you get there, making sure that your knees are stacked in line with the hips, wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. And we'll begin to take a round of cat-cow, arching the back up toward the sky. On an inhale, scooping the tailbone up toward the sky, heart opens. On an exhale, we'll round the back up toward the sky again. You're welcome to shake out the hips here. And on an inhale, we're going to scoop the tailbone up. You can shake out the hips here, opening the heart. And exhale, scooping the back up toward the ceiling. And again, inhale, lifting the tailbone. We're going to go ahead and begin to take some spirals here. So we're just circling the hips around, tucking forward, and then pressing the tailbone back. Nice and super slow. This should feel really good. Just taking a minute to find what feels good in the body. And so we're going to go ahead and take the left arm, thread the needle. We're going to place the fingertips down to the ground, and we're going to just slide that arm all the way through, coming down onto the shoulder. Once you get there, you can take the opposite hand, right hand, reach it forward to open, deepen the stretch if you'd like, and we'll hold here. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and slide that hand back. Coming back onto all fours, we'll slowly make our way there. So remember, we're just moving slow, very gentle through each one of the transitions today. And we'll go ahead and we'll take a chest spiral here. So rounding the chest, really bending into the elbows when you come through the center, reaching up toward the ceiling, reaching around toward that left wall, and coming back through the center. Good. And we'll take the opposite hand now. Right hand will reach up, gracing the fingertips to the mat. We're going to finger trace all the way down until we're onto the right shoulder. And remembering, once you get there, you're welcome to take that left hand and extend it out in front of you to deepen into your stretch. And we'll slowly begin to slide that left hand back. Untucking the right arm here. Again, slowly moving through our transition. We'll go ahead and take that chest spiral out to the other side. Arching the back up really high. Again, really just moving through all four corners of the room, making sure that you're taking up space, making your circles really exaggerated, really extending. And so we're going to go ahead and take the left foot. We're going to bring it up. We're going to take a low lunge here, keeping the right knee bent and back, making sure that the ankle is stacked underneath the knee. We don't want to extend that knee over the toes. We'll bring the fingertips onto the body and we'll finger trace nice and slowly all the way up until your hands reach the heart space. And once both hands reach the heart space, you can go ahead and begin to extend the arms out, opening them up and then reaching up toward the sky. And I'm sorry that my arms are cut off here and you can't see them, but they're just straight up, palms facing one another. You can arch back, leaning back into it, really finding what feels good here, keeping the belly button drawn into the spine, okay? Don't let the stomach relax. And on an exhale, we'll bring the hands down. And we're actually just staying where we are. Going to go ahead and lean back nice and slowly, coming into a hamstring stretch, keeping the toes pointed upward toward the ceiling, stretching back as far as you can. And I have an injury on my right thigh, so I'm not going to go back too far on this leg because I can feel it in the other side. And so we'll slowly take our fingertips and begin to slowly trace up that left leg. And coming all the way out to the side of the body, right leg, gracing the fingers back down onto the mat. We'll lean forward. And we're going to untuck the leg. So very slowly, you're going to externally rotate, bringing the toes to the floor. And then we're just going to send that leg back, keeping toes in contact with the ground. And then we'll release our contact, bring the knee in. And we can take another round of chest circling here, or you can take a round of hip circling here in this transition. Really whatever feels the most good and comfy to your body. And after you've taken that round, we'll go ahead and bring the right leg up, and you can assist it up there if you need to. Again, making sure that the ankle is in line with the knee. And we'll slowly begin to lift up, keeping your balance, making sure the hips are square and the belly button is drawn into the spine. We'll bring the fingertips onto the body, finger tracing. Nice and slow here again, enjoying the journey, taking your time, observing the feeling, sensation. And we'll open those arms up. And nice and slowly, taking them all the way up. You can arch back if you'd like, remembering to keep that belly button drawn in toward the spine. We're going to forward fold, and we're going to sit back onto that left foot, straightening out the right leg, stretching through the hamstring. You can reach down and grab the toes if you can reach them. Beautiful. And we're going to slowly bend that right knee, bringing the fingertips onto the body. Taking a little round of finger tracing all the way down. And here is an opportunity to get really flirty and have a little bit of fun. You can smack your booty if you want to, or just invite a little play into this touch. And bringing both hands back to the mat when you're ready, we'll go ahead and slide that right foot back Again, keeping your toes in contact with the ground until you get to your mat. We'll lift the toes up and bring the knee back underneath the hip point. We'll go ahead and slowly begin to slide back, really just stretching back into the hips. And then when you're ready, we're going to transition onto our side. So coming down onto your side, nice and slow. Little mermaid position here. And we'll open the top leg, little clamshell action. Again, fingertips are completely in motion. We'll close that top leg on an inhale. We're going to open it up again, nice and slow. And exhale, closing the leg down. So we'll go ahead and come all the way down. We're going to turn over onto our back. And you can take your time getting there, nice and slow. And we're going to peel the legs up. Bringing the right leg onto the left leg. We're going to take bringing the right leg onto the left leg, and you're going to send the arm through the legs, interlacing the fingertips behind the knees. And the more you pull that left leg toward the body, the more you'll feel and deepen the stretch. We can flex through the feet here, and we're really just breathing into this stretch. You can feel free to bring the fingertips to the feet if you want to for a little gentle massage. And again, we're just hanging out, breathing into the hip space. And when you're ready, we'll straighten that left leg out. Go ahead and slide the right foot down the left leg. And we'll drop the legs down. We're going to go ahead and switch sides here. So this time we're taking the left leg onto the right thigh. Bringing the fingertips behind the right knee. We'll pull that leg in toward the chest, flexing through the feet. Breathing into the hip space. Again, you can bring the fingers to the toes if you'd like for a little gentle massage on the feet. And when you're ready, go ahead and straighten that right leg out. We'll slide the left foot down the right leg. And we like to call these footsies. And these are a fun movement for core strength as well as leg strength and for going slow. And here you're just sliding the toes of one foot down the leg of the other foot. Nice and slow, and we want to keep the knee turned inward. And we'll switch, keeping that right knee coming in toward the left shoulder. And nice and slowly, we'll bring both legs all the way in. So we'll extend the left leg down. Right leg is still bent. We'll go ahead and lift it up. And like I said, I have a bit of an injury on this side, you guys. I pulled a muscle, so I'm not going to take this one over super duper far, but I want you to get the point of what we're doing here. So we're going to open the right hand nice and wide, and we're going to take the right foot across the left side of the body. And so the idea is to allow the weight of that leg to just fall to the side. So if your knee can come all the way over to the ground, that's perfect. If not, that's okay. And we can always use the props and pillows if it doesn't. And after you lift up, we'll go ahead and hug both knees into the chest. You can tuck the chin into the chest. And this time we will go ahead and release the right leg down, nice and slow. Left leg can stay lifted. And when you're ready, we'll go ahead and open up the left arm, taking the right leg across. We'll open up the left arm, taking the left leg across the body to the right side. Nice side body stretch here. You may feel some crackles in your hip space or in your low back, and that's fine. And we'll breathe into the hip space, opening up the hips, opening up the back. And when you're ready, on an exhale, we'll begin to bring that leg back up and over. You can use your hand to gently guide. We want to go nice and slow. And we will extend the left leg all the way down. And so we're going to take a goddess rise up. So bend a leg to give yourself some leverage. And we're using the core and the chest, lifting from the chest to pull the body up nice and slow. And right here, we'll just stretch out the chest. So really just pressing the chest forward. You can drop the head back, really like stretch out the neck right here. Circle the chest if you want to. We'll bring the head all the way around, just finding what feels good in this pinup girl position. And then we're going to turn, and I'm going to meet you nice and slowly in a straddle. Beautiful. So coming into your butterfly, we're bringing the soles of the feet together. Knees are open. You're welcome to pad if you need to by putting pillows under your knees. And we're going to go ahead and take a gentle massage on the feet here. So taking the thumbs just up and down the center point of the foot, really just pressing and circling through, finding what feels good, and just giving a little bit of love and care and attention and compassion to our feet that hold us, that carry us each and every day. And you can stretch out the toes. And you can stay there as long as you like. And when you're done, we'll go ahead and sit up nice and straight, stretching through the neck. We'll take a round of head circling. Nice and slowly, drawing a circle with the nose, protecting the neck as you look up toward the sky. And we'll take that circle back in the opposite direction, nice and slowly, again, using your breath to help carry you through your movements. And from here, we'll take both hands back behind us to give a little support, and we will go ahead and close the knees up, extending the legs straight out in front, and then opening the legs into your straddle. So once you finish readjusting, we'll go ahead and we'll take the right hand out to the right ankle, and we'll begin to enable our finger tracing, our sensory receptors, activating our sense of touch. Just taking an observation and a note of how your legs feel or your pants, all the way up. And we're going to take a side body stretch here. So keeping the left hand where it is, we'll take the right hand, fingertips stay in contact with the body. So this is a fun little stretch. It looks the same every time we do it. I'd like you to have fun with it. We're going to take the hands all the way up through the hair, out to the side. Side body stretch, really breathing into the side body. And we'll bring the fingertips back onto the top of the head, circling around, coming back to the right ankle. This time, left arm lifts up and over. And so we're going to transition ourselves to the other side by bringing the fingertips to the hair. We're going to trace down the body, lifting up. Keeping fingertips in contact with your person, with your vessel. We're going to switch the hands out here in the center. So right hand is coming up, left hand is going down. We're going to send that right hand up through the hair, up and out again, and we'll be back in a side body stretch. Now this time the difference is we're going to turn in toward the leg, so folding over the left leg this time. And our intention is to get nose to knee, but if it's not, that's okay. Mine isn't. And so from here, we're going to finger trace this time up the left leg, nice and slow, nice and engaged. Again, activating our sense of touch. We'll bring the left hand all the way up the left side of the body, up the chin, up the face, all the way up and out through the hair, side body stretch. And then we'll bring that hand back into the body, tracing all the way down. Beautiful. And we'll slowly close the legs up. We'll take the shoulders for a loop, one at a time, up toward the ears, rolling them back and down. And that's it, guys. I hope that you enjoyed that, and I will see you in tomorrow's class.